Saturday special, inspiring famous personality. Let's listen to a song now.
3 chicken tenders, taters, and gravy. I threw in a biscuit and a big old cookie.
Boys, girls, today our inspiring famous personality is Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. Now, all of you like eating KFC, right? It's delicious. We are going to watch a video of Colonel Sanders now.
Probably every one of us has tried KFC's delicious chicken. Crispy golden brown and almost on every corner of the city. But below that crispy chicken skin lies a hard and tragic life of a KFC founder, Colonel Sanders. Before getting into his story, let's get to know Colonel a bit closer. Colonel Harlan Sanders was born on September 9, 1890 in Henryville, Indiana. His father died when Colonel was only 6 years old. Sanders became responsible for feeding and taking care of his younger brother and sister. That's where his cooking skills started to develop. In the 7th grade, the pressure was so big that he had to drop out of school, and soon he began to work on numerous jobs, including farmer, streetcar conductor, railroad fireman, and insurance salesman. Colonel worked hard, but it seemed that nothing was profitable enough. At age 40, Sanders opened a gas station where he would also feed hungry travelers. After a while, the combination of a petrol station and fast food was so great that Sanders moved his business across the street and pushed his chicken that was so remarkable that he was named a Kentucky Colonel by Governor Ruby LaFoon. Eventually, he opened his motel right by the restaurant, but exactly 4 years later, the motel caught on fire and burnt down along with the restaurant. Yet, this accident didn't stop Colonel, and he rebuilt and reopened a new motel with a restaurant. A bit later, another problem struck Colonel Sanders' business when the highway junction situated in front of his restaurant was moved to another location. This meant that most of the customers were moved away from his restaurant and traffic to his place dropped dramatically. After some time, Colonel Sanders tried to franchise his restaurant across the United States. But his recipe was rejected 1,009 times before anyone accepted it. It took a long time before the restaurant took off, and it was a massive hit. KFC was everywhere. The company value raised to $2 million, which is equivalent to $15.3 million today. At age 90, Sanders passed away from pneumonia. At that time, there were around 6,000 KFC locations in 48 countries. By 2013, there were an estimated 18,000 KFC locations in 118 countries. Today, the face of Colonel Sanders remains on the logo of the KFC and in the hearts of the fans. If you ever feel like quitting, remember Colonel Sanders' story of numerous failures, rejections, and bad fortunes. The only thing that helped him was his dedication and persistence.
Boys, girls, I hope you learned something about Colonel Sanders' life. He had a lot of failures, but he never gave up. And he was successful at the end. It's question time now. Question 1. How many times was Colonel Sanders' recipe rejected? "1,009 times. Question 2. Why was Colonel Sanders successful? Because he didn't give up. Let's read this Bible verse together. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. I hope you learned something about Colonel Sanders, the hardships he faced, and the fact that he never gave up. So boys, girls, you should never give up. Keep trying. Bye-bye. See you next Saturday.